Welcome to the quiet space of our community where sleep stories live. Perhaps it was a long day, or maybe you just love falling asleep with thoughts of distant space instead of counting elephants. Today we will gently embark on a journey through the most relaxing facts about moons, the quiet satellites, icy worlds, and mysterious spheres that orbit far from the Sunday. We will touch upon the warm glow of Io, the subsurface ocean of Europa, the misty lakes of Titan, and the cold solitude of the moon that guards Earth. You don't need to do anything right now. Just settle in comfortably. Allow your breathing to slow down, your thoughts to soften, and your body to become light, as if gravity has loosened its grip. We will go slowly, gently, just one sleepy fact at a time, leaving everything unnecessary beyond this night. And before we begin, if these quiet journeys help you relax and gently end your day, touch the like button and subscribe to the channel. This helps others find their way here too, as if one by one we are lighting night lights of calm. And now, settle in comfortably, and let's begin. In the solar system, there are over 400 moons. They orbit around planets, asteroids, and dwarf planets. Each has its own orbit, its own rhythm, its own place. This is a large family of celestial bodies that quietly accompany their planets for millions of years. They are not lonely. They are part of a system where each performs its role, moves in harmony with others. Moons are companions that never leave their planets. Ganymede is the largest moon. It orbits Jupiter and is larger than the planet Mercury. If Ganymede orbited the Sun, it would be considered a planet. But it chose to be a moon, a companion of the giant. Size does not determine status. You can be enormous and still remain the one who supports another. Ganymede is dignified, calm, knows its place. Titan has a dense atmosphere. It is the only moon in the solar system with a thick atmosphere, denser than Earth's. There are clouds, rain, a weather cycle, everything like on a planet. Titan shows even a moon can have a complex life. Its own climate, its own processes. You don't need to be a planet to have an atmosphere, weather, sky above the surface. Europa hides an ocean beneath ice. Under the icy crust of Europa lies a global ocean of liquid water, deeper than all Earth's oceans. There in the darkness beneath thick ice life may exist. Even the coldest worlds can hold warmth inside. Outside is frost, but inside is liquid, movement, possibility. Europa is hope that life finds a way even where it seems impossible. Io is the most active world. Jupiter's moon Io has hundreds of active volcanoes that constantly erupt. But this activity is predictable, controlled by Jupiter's tidal forces. Even the most turbulent world has rhythm, order. Io's volcanoes do not explode chaotically. They follow a cycle that is held for millions of years. Even in fire, there is harmony. The moon is slowly moving away from Earth. Each year, our satellite moves away by almost 4 centimeters. This is a slow, gentle process that lasts millions of years. The moon is not fleeing, it is just stepping back a little, giving space, but it remains with us, does not go far. This is natural evolution, a change in distance that does not destroy the bond. Even while retreating, you can remain close. Enceladus shoots geysers of water. The small moon of Saturn has fountains that shoot water vapor into space. Beneath the ice is a liquid ocean, alive, active, Even a tiny world can be full of energy, movement. Enceladus's geysers are not destructive. They are beautiful, soft jets that rise into space and return as snow. This is the gentlest activity one can imagine. Phobos and Deimos are tiny moons of Mars. They are so small and irregularly shaped that they resemble asteroids more. Phobos rises and sets twice per day, so fast is its orbit. These are modest moons that do not demand attention, quietly perform their role. Even the smallest have the right to exist, to orbit, to be part of the system. Callisto is the most ancient moon. The surface of Callisto, Jupiter's moon, is studded with craters that have been preserved for billions of years. This is one of the oldest worlds that remembers the beginning of the solar system. It is calm, unchanging, preserving history. Callisto is a book of the past, written in craters that tells of ancient times when everything was just being born. Janus and Epimetheus swap places. These two moons of Saturn orbit almost on the same path. Every 4 years when they approach, they swap places thanks to gravity. This is a unique dance where partners periodically yield to each other. Even in space, there is room for alternation, for concessions, for gentle role changes without conflict. Titan has lakes of liquid methane. On Titan's surface there are lakes, rivers, a sea, but not of water but of liquid hydrocarbons. This is the only place besides Earth where there is stable liquid on the surface. Even different chemistry can create familiar landscapes. Titan's lakes are quiet, calm, reflecting the orange sky. This is a different world but so similar to ours. Charon is almost the same size as Pluto. Charon is so large relative to Pluto that they orbit around a common center like a binary system. This is not a planet and moon. This is a pair, partners. They look at each other always with the same sides, locked in an eternal dance. Even at the edge of the solar system, there is room for equality, partnership. Triton orbits backward. Triton, Neptune's largest moon, orbits in the direction opposite to the planet's rotation. This means it was captured, came from far away. Neptune accepted it, gave it a home, an orbit. Even a stranger can become part of the family, find its place, even if it moves differently than others. Miranda has a strange surface. Uranus's moon, Miranda, looks as if assembled from different pieces. Its surface is a mixture of canyons, mountains, plains that do not obey logic. Perhaps it was shattered and reassembled. Even after catastrophe, you can recover, become whole, though unusual. Scars can be part of beauty. Rhea may have its own rings. Saturn's moon, Rhea, possibly has thin rings. This would be unique for a moon. Even a small world can have its own system, its own retinue. Rings are not only for planets. Even a moon can have something that orbits around it, creating an additional level of structure. Iapetus is two-toned. One half of Iapetus, Saturn's moon, is very dark. The other is bright white. This is a mystery without a final explanation. Perhaps dust from another moon settled on one side. Iapetus shows you can be different on different sides, and it is not a problem. Contrast can be natural, not requiring explanations. Dactyl is the smallest moon. Dactyl orbits not around a planet but around the asteroid Ida. It is less than 1.5 kilometers in diameter, a tiny pebble in space. But it has its place, its orbit, its purpose. Even the smallest can be a moon. Size does not determine the right to accompany someone. Hyperion resembles a sponge. Saturn's moon, Hyperion, has a porous surface full of holes and cavities. It rotates chaotically without a stable axis. But this does not prevent it from existing, holding its orbit. Even chaos can be a form of existence. Not everything must rotate correctly to have the right to be. The moon is always turned with one side. Through tidal locking, we see only one side of the moon. The other side hides, remains a mystery to those on Earth. But this is not a secret, just privacy. The moon has the right to keep something for itself, show only one facet. Even the closest can have their hiddenness. Prometheus and Pandora are ring shepherds. These small moons of Saturn keep ring particles within bounds. Do not allow them to scatter. They quietly perform their work, maintain order. Even small ones can have a great role, to be guardians, shepherds, those who hold the system together. Their work is unnoticed, but important. Dione has icy cliffs. Saturn's moon Dione is covered with bright icy cliffs that reflect sunlight. Its surface resembles a winter landscape, quiet and calm. Dione is an icy world where cold is not an enemy but the foundation of beauty. Even frost can create beautiful structures that shine in the darkness of space. Tethys has a giant crater. Saturn's moon Tethys bears the crater Odysseus, which occupies a quarter of its diameter. The impact that created it must have been incredible. But Tethys survived, kept its shape, continued to exist. Even after the strongest blows, you can remain whole, preserve yourself, carry the scar as part of history. Ganymede has a magnetic field. It is the only moon with its own magnetic field. This makes it almost a planet, independent, strong. Even being a moon, you can have your own protection, your own strength. Ganymede shows you don't need to be a planet to have individuality, distinctiveness, uniqueness. Amalthea is reddish from sulfur. Jupiter's small moon, Amalthea, is covered with a reddish tint from sulfur that arrives from Io's volcanoes. It carries on itself traces of its neighbor, its activity. Even moons influence each other, leave a mark. We all carry on ourselves imprints of those nearby, and this is normal, natural. Triton has nitrogen geysers. On Triton, the coldest moon, there are geysers that shoot frozen nitrogen. Even at minus 230 degrees, something moves, changes. Cold does not mean death, stagnation. Even at the lowest temperatures, there is activity. There is energy, life that never stops. Metis is closest to Jupiter. It orbits within Jupiter's thin rings, very close to the giant. Metis is not afraid of closeness, does not flee from gravity. It found its place where others do not dare. Even the closest orbit can be safe if you know how to move, how to hold on. Pan creates a gap in the rings. Saturn's small moon Pan orbits within the A ring, and with its gravity creates a clear gap. It is like a boat that parts water. Even tiny can change large structures, create space, order. You don't need to be large to influence the surroundings. Phoebe moves in the reverse direction. Saturn's moon. Phoebe orbits in the opposite direction from most others. This means it was captured, came from outside. But Saturn accepted it, gave it a place, did not expel it for being different. Even moving against the current, you can find a home, family, acceptance. Oberon is covered with craters. Uranus's second largest moon, Oberon, preserves an ancient surface covered with scars of the past. But it is calm, stable, does not change. Oberon is an archive that preserves the history of impacts, collisions. Each crater is a memory, a story about what was once. Carme has retrograde motion. Jupiter's moon Carme orbits in the opposite direction. Its red color indicates origin from the Kuiper belt. It is a wanderer that found a new home far from its birthplace. Even coming from far away, you can become part of the system, find an orbit, remain forever. Nereid has an elongated orbit. Neptune's moon Nereid moves on a very elongated orbit, approaching and moving away. This is unusual but stable. Nereid found its path even if it is not circular, not perfect. Even a non-standard orbit can be permanent, reliable, lasting. Titan has seasons. A year on Titan lasts 30 Earth years, and during this time seasons change there. Lakes dry up and fill. Climate fluctuates. Even far from the sun, a moon lives in cycles, breathes in the rhythm of seasons. Seasons are not only for planets. Moons also know the change of warmth and cold. Europa has cracks that move. The ice on Europa is constantly renewed. Cracks widen, new ones form, old ones disappear. This is a living surface that breathes, changes. Even ice can be dynamic, not frozen forever. Movement is possible even in frozen worlds. Io is yellow-orange. Sulfur on Io's surface creates an incredible palette: yellow, orange, red. This is the most colorful moon, like a painting. Even volcanic activity can be beautiful, create colors that please the eye. Io proves even chaos can have aesthetics. Callisto has a subsurface ocean. Under the old cratered surface of Callisto, there may be a layer of liquid water. Even the most ancient, calmest world can hide liquid inside. Outside, everything is frozen, but inside is potential life, movement. Not everything that looks dead truly is. The moon has lava plains. The dark areas on the moon are solidified lava from ancient eruptions. Once molten flows ran there, and now silence. Calm. Even the most turbulent past transforms into flat, calm surfaces. Time calms everything, transforms fire into stone. Ganymede is larger than Mercury. The largest moon exceeds a planet. But it does not envy, does not demand status. Ganymede calmly orbits Jupiter, performs its role. Magnitude does not demand titles. You can be the largest and remain modest, not claim special attention. Enceladus feeds Saturn's ring. Water vapor from Enceladus's geysers freezes and falls into orbit, replenishing one of Saturn's rings. A small moon supports a large structure. Even tiny can be a source for something larger. We all contribute to systems of which we are part. Dione has an atmosphere, very thin, almost imperceptible, but it exists. Oxygen in minuscule amounts surrounds this icy world. Even moons can have an atmosphere, though symbolic. You don't need to have a dense air layer to be considered a world with an atmosphere. Even a hint is sufficient. Triton is the coldest. Temperature on Triton drops to -238 degrees. Colder cannot be found in the solar system. But this cold is calm, stable. No fluctuations, no sudden changes, just deep, constant frost that holds forever. Even extreme cold has its dignity. Amalthea resembles a potato. It is irregularly shaped, reddish, small, but it orbits the giant, has its place. Even clumsy shape does not prevent being a moon. You don't need to be spherical to have an orbit. Beauty is not in perfect form, but in that you exist. The moon stabilizes Earth's axis. Without the moon, Earth's axis would wobble chaotically. Climate would be unpredictable. But the moon keeps us stable, lets seasons be regular. Even not being part of the planet, it performs an important role. Moons don't just orbit, they hold, stabilize, protect. Europa is young. Its surface has almost no craters, which means ice is constantly renewed. Europa does not age, it keeps youth, freshness. Even moons can be young, renew themselves, not carry the weight of billions of years on the surface. Youth is possible, even in an ancient system. Pan has the shape of a walnut. It is flat in the middle and rounded at the edges, resembles a flying saucer or walnut. This shape formed from accretion of ring material. Even shape can be strange, unusual, and this is normal. The universe permits the most diverse shapes, does not limit to spheres and ellipsoids. Phoebe is dark. Saturn's moon, Phoebe, reflects only 6% of light. It is one of the darkest. But darkness does not make it less important. It orbits, exists, has its place. Even dark ones can be beautiful, significant. You don't need to shine to have value. Mimas resembles the Death Star. The large crater Herschel on Mimas makes it similar to the station from Star Wars. But this is a natural formation that arose from impact. Even moons can resemble fantastic objects. Nature sometimes creates what seems fiction. Titan has dunes. On Titan's surface, there are dunes of organic particles that resemble desert ones. Wind shapes them, changes them. Even far from Earth, deserts exist. Dunes, sandy waves. Geology is universal. Forms repeat in different worlds, created by different materials. Ganymede has layers. Inside it is an iron core, then a rocky mantle, then layers of ice and water, then an icy crust. This is the most complex structure among moons. Ganymede is almost a planet, complex, multi-layered. Even a moon can have depth, internal complexity, many levels of existence. Callisto is not differentiated. Unlike other large moons, Callisto did not separate into layers. Rock and ice are mixed throughout its volume. It remained as it was at the beginning, did not evolve inside. Even you can remain primordial, not change. And this is also a form of existence. Io keeps orbit with Europa. Io, Europa, and Ganymede are connected by orbital resonance. They orbit in a synchronized rhythm that has held for millions of years. This is cosmic harmony, where three moons dance together, support each other with gravity. Even orbits can be musical, rhythmic. Triton once was separate. It probably was a Kuiper Belt object, an independent world. But Neptune captured it, gave it a new home. Triton accepted this, became a moon. Even having lost independence, you can find a new purpose, new role, new meaning of existence. The moon has basalt seas. The Maria are not waters but solidified lava. But the ancients thought these were oceans, and the name remained. Even mistakes can be poetic. The moon bears names of seas, though it is dry there. But these names are beautiful, and they remind us of humanity's dreams. Enceladus is bright white. It reflects almost all light that falls on it. Enceladus is the brightest moon, pure, fresh. Its surface is constantly renewed with snow from geysers. Even in the darkness of space, you can be a source of brightness, reflect light, shine with purity. Dione has icy cliffs. Bright icy formations on Dione rise hundreds of meters. They reflect Saturn's light, create contrast with the darker surface. Even ice can form mountains, cliffs, landscape. Frost builds, not only destroys. Charon and Pluto always look at each other. They are both tidally locked. This means each sees only one side of its partner, and they never turn away. This is an eternal gaze, unchanging connection. Even at the edge of the system, such closeness is possible, such fidelity that needs no words. Titan has rain seasons. Sometimes on Titan, rains of liquid methane fall that last several days. Then it is dry again for months. This is a slow, unhurried climate cycle. Even rains can be rare, special events that wait for years. Not everything must happen often to be significant. Europa has salt deposits. Some areas on Europa have yellowish-brown color. Possibly these are salts from the subsurface ocean. Water emerges through cracks, freezes, leaves traces. Even far from the sun, oceans can be salty, alive, full of dissolved substances. Io loses mass. Volcanoes eject 1 ton of material per second into space. Io is slowly shrinking, but this process will continue for billions more years. Even loss can be slow, calm. Io is not hurrying to disappear. It gives itself gradually, beautifully, in the form of colorful ejecta. Ganymede has aurorae. Its magnetic field creates polar lights similar to Earth's. Even a moon can have this wonder, light that dances at the poles. Aurorae are not only for planets. Any world with a magnetic field can have this beautiful phenomenon. Tethys has a long canyon. Ithaca Chasma stretches for 2,000 kilometers. This is 3/4 of Tethys's equator, a great rift that divides the world. But Tethys holds together, does not fall apart. Even deep scars do not destroy integrity. You can have a huge crack and remain unified. The moon has mountains. Some rise several kilometers. They are not volcanic. These are remnants of ancient impacts that lifted rock. Even on the moon, there are heights where you can stand and look at valleys. Relief exists everywhere there is a solid surface. Rhea has a thin atmosphere. Oxygen and carbon dioxide in minuscule amounts surround this moon of Saturn. This is not a true atmosphere, rather an exosphere, but it exists, creates the thinnest layer between surface and vacuum. Even a hint of air has meaning. Amalthea reddens from Io. Sulfur from Io's volcanoes reaches Amalthea and settles on the surface. The small moon bears traces of its neighbor. This is a reminder we all influence each other, leave our traces even without touching. Closeness means exchange even at a distance. Triton is young. Its surface has few craters, which means it is renewed. Even far from the sun and cold, something lifts new surface, hides old scars. Triton does not age visibly. It keeps youth, freshness, readiness for change. Callisto is safe. Low radiation, stable surface, possibly subsurface water. Of all Jupiter's large moons, Callisto is safest for a future base. Even distant worlds can be hospitable, friendly, ready to accept. Not everything that is far is hostile. Europa has icy ridges. Double ridges stretch for hundreds of kilometers, possibly formed from cracks through which water emerged and froze. Even ice can build complex structures, create landscape. Frost is an architect that works slowly but confidently. Io has mountains, not volcanic but tectonic, raised by compression of the crust, some over 10 kilometers high. Even the most active world has stable structures that hold, do not collapse. Volcanoes do not take away the possibility of having mountains, heights, stable relief. Titan has rivers. They flow with liquid methane, fall into lakes, form deltas. This is the most Earth-like landscape in the solar system. Even different chemistry creates familiar forms. Rivers are not necessarily of water. What matters is that they flow, move, change landscape. Ganymede has an ocean between ices. Inside it are several layers of ice between which are layers of liquid water. This is a sandwich of ice and ocean. Even internal structure can be complex, multi-layered. Space for water is found even in the coldest worlds. Moons are a family. Each orbits around its planet, but together they create a system where all are connected. Gravity unites them. Rhythms are synchronized. Influence is mutual. Moons are not lonely. They are part of a large family where each has a place, role, connection with others. And in this family there is harmony that is held for billions of years, calm and reliable. We have traveled a long path today, from giant moons with oceans to tiny pebbles that quietly orbit in the shadow of planets, from the volcanic fire of Io to the icy calm of Europa, from the misty seas of Titan to the ancient silent craters of Callisto. We saw worlds where there are rains, oceans, mountains, geysers, and worlds where nothing has moved for billions of years, but even that is a form of silence. Each moon has its own story, its own orbit, its own role in the great harmony of the solar system. Some guard the rings, others hold the stability of planets. Some carry oceans of life inside, and some just quietly shine in the darkness, making Earth's night fuller. And now, as you fall asleep, imagine you are lying somewhere far from Earth, on the surface of a quiet, icy moon. Beneath you is smooth, cold ice. Above you is endless, starry sky. The planet around which you orbit hangs majestically on the horizon like a great soft light in the darkness. Silence here is absolute. No wind, no sound, only the calm pulse of space. Your breathing slows. Inhale, lightness. Exhale, silence. Thoughts settle like cosmic dust on the moon's surface. And you understand. Just as moons are always near their planets, you are not alone either. You are part of a great system, part of movement that has lasted billions of years, part of the cosmos that always embraces you with its silence. May your sleep be deep as the oceans beneath Europa's ice, soft as Titan's light, stable as the moon's eternal orbit. Sleep peacefully. Sleep deeply, under the blessing of moons, under the quiet light of distant worlds that orbit slowly and gently, especially for you. Good night.